Rust console on new gen just got released on PlayStation after a year. But as you've seen in the title, I'm going to be going over what settings I use in new gen Rust. But before I show my settings guys, I need to mention that I launched a new Rust Discord. If you guys want a good Discord server with excellent service for community Rust servers, then I'd recommend you guys join this server. So if you're wondering what the Rust console server is about, we include PvP with customized kits and servers with multipliers. For example, if you want a place to practice your aim, building or other stuff like raiding, then this is the perfect place for you. We also do monthly giveaways and rewards in the server, so if you guys want to be a part of a big growing community, then I recommend you guys join. I'll put the link in the description below and in the comment section. We will be hosting weekly events, so you can invite your friends. This is not just a solo server, you can play as a duo, trio, quad or clan. This will be a multi-regional server, so you won't have to worry about paying. We have servers from EU, US and other parts of the world. We also have dedicated channels in the Discord server to look for teammates, so if you guys are looking for like a medium group, or if you're a solo just looking for a duo, then this is a good server for you. Last thing before I show you guys my settings, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. But for now, let's hop straight into the settings. The first setting is called auto equip, and set that to last use. And what that does, it equips the last item that you used, and this is good for when you're in the PvP or if you're trying to loot somebody. So instead of having to stand there completely still while it's going inside your inventory, you can just equip the bandages or stim straight into your hotbar. You can do this by either pressing R1 or R2. Either way, a med or a syringe is going to be in your hotbar. So I'm going to quickly go through some of these settings. Auto reload, I keep that on. Point of hand preference, I'm right-handed, so I play in the right hand. Show build preview, run building. Voice chat is personal preference, but I like to keep it on. So for my controller settings, starting off with the controller layout, it seems like you still can't make custom bands in new gen Rust. However, you can remap the PS5 controller on the PS5 settings. But before you do remap anything, make sure you have your special action button as head look, and I'll show you why. But if you don't have head look on, I can't reiterate this enough, like you need head look for awareness. Being able to know where your enemies are is like the number one thing in Rust, and I feel like if you wasn't using it then you'd be at a huge disadvantage. But yeah, you should definitely turn this on and try to get used to it if you haven't already. Now I'm going to show you the custom bands that I use, but it's not much of a difference. All I did was change the L2 and R2. Now moving on to vibration and adaptive triggers, I always keep both of them off. Push to talk, if you don't want to accidentally have your mic on, then I'd say put it on hold. Player built cycle mode, all slots. Disable quick chat off. Sprint input toggle. It's very important that you guys have crouch input on hold and auto sprint on. This is because if you had it on toggle then it would be too slow, and having it on hold gives you that freedom to spam it. Next up, controller sensitivity, and I use digital boost as my camera control type. However, settings are unique to you and your own personal preference, so if you do copy my settings, at least make some tweaks to it to match your playstyle. One thing I realized upon playing new gen for the first time, all the sensitivities are different and the recoil has been slightly altered, so I would recommend slightly dropping your sense and ADS speed. But as I said before, it's all unique to you, so just play around with it, try experiment with different sensitivities, and once you're comfortable with the ones you like, just stick to that and try not to change it that much. Make sure you put your camera sensitivity for sprinting on max. I would recommend you having your bow sensitivity a bit higher so you can go for flicks like I showed you in those clips, and also for the 4x scope, as you can also flick with snipers. And obviously for the dead zone, if you do have a lot of drift, then just put it up, but maybe not too much as it can make a gameplay look stiff. These new vehicle settings, I never drove them before, so I don't really know much about that. But moving on to HUD. For HUD scale, I keep that all the way down so nothing's blocking my screen when I'm trying to kill someone. Obviously keep crosshair on because you want to make sure you know you're hitting your target. The rest of these settings are not that important, so I'm not going to go over them, but you guys can copy these if you want. Moving on to audio, master volume, I keep that on 100. Your in-game music volume should be low or like all the way down, because you want to make sure you can hear everything around you in the game. Footsteps volume is at 100 because I want to make sure I can hear people around me when they're coming towards me. UI sound effects is when you're like looting a body and like you're switching between weapons, so I keep that on 0 so I can hear the background. Audio mix, I use boost as I feel like it's the best one if you're wearing a headset. Another important setting that you guys need to turn on in the audio section is enhanced instincts. Make sure you have that on because you can hear it so much more clear with that on. And now lastly, the graphics settings. I haven't lagged on quality mode yet and I haven't experienced any issues yet, but I would still play performance mode just so I can maximize those frames. You want as much frames as possible, so put FPS limit off. It feels a bit different than last gen, I don't know why, but they did change something about it and it just doesn't feel right. But some of the guns just feel like really zoomed in. I'm really hoping they do fix that in the next patch. But that's it for the Rust settings, guys. As always, feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section below. I will now show you the console settings that you need to change. That's it for the Rust settings. Now I'm going to show you how to optimize FPS reduce input lag and decrease ping through your console settings. I am on PlayStation, so for Xbox players, just find something similar to this, as I'm sure you have some options similar to me. If you're on PS5, just go to your settings by clicking the gear icon in the top right corner. So first things first, I'm going to go over how to optimize performance and decrease input lag to get the most out of your PS5. Once you're on this menu, go ahead and click accessibility and look for reduced motion and make sure it's turned on. This will make your PS5 run more smooth, as there won't be any extra animations in the background while using the PS5. Now click system settings and click on HDMI. The first setting you guys should turn off is HTTP. This reduces input lag as it removes any third-party apps from running in the background. However, if you listen to Spotify or watch Netflix, just be sure to turn it back on. This next setting will maximize performance, so click Save Data and Game Settings. Now go on Game Presets and make sure you have Performance Mode on. Now go to Screen and Video and make sure your resolution on 120Hz is both set to automatic. This ensures your console and monitor is using its capabilities. The next setting you should turn off is Auto Upload. Having this option on can make you lag inside the game and increase your ping. If you want less input lag, go to Accessories and make sure to turn your communication method on USB cable. This makes the controller more responsive. Last but not least, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if people knew about this, but it's a simple trick to fix high ping in games. But it's literally by switching to a different DNS server. I'll leave the best DNS servers on your screen right now, but it can vary, just bear that in mind. So you have to find out what's best for you. This does work for wireless and Ethernet connection, so if you're using a LAN cable it will still work. But I would highly recommend you guys use a LAN cable because it just makes your internet speed like 10 times faster. But yeah guys, that's the end of this video. If you did find this video informative, please leave a like. And if we hit 100 likes on this video, that would be massively appreciated. I'm really close to 10,000 subscribers, so if you guys would help me reach that goal, that would mean a lot. If you have any questions or if I missed something, just leave a comment down below and I'll read it. But yeah, see you guys.